This video is for creative people who are suffering from depression. If you're one of those people, I'm going to share with you some tips on how you can better manage your depression. How's it going, guys? This is Chris with HealthyConsumer.com, back with another Mental Health Mondays. Mental Health Mondays is where we discuss stress, anxiety, depression, and everything related to those subjects. So if that sounds like something that interests you, be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell so you never miss another video. It's well known that if you are a creative person, you are at higher risk for depression and suicide as well. It's incredibly important as a creative individual that you're receiving treatment, maybe even more so than the average person. As a creative person, this subject hits close to home for me, so I hope that you'll find these tips helpful. So tip number one is to bring more awareness and insight into your thoughts, particularly your negative thoughts. And one of the best ways to do this, in my opinion, is through mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness meditation allows you to tune into your breath, into your thoughts and observations, and make them nothing more than that, just an observation. We won't judge our thoughts. We won't apply all these different random filters to it, like catastrophizing them, thinking of the worst case scenario, which as a creative individual, you are probably very good at doing that. So finding a practice of mindfulness meditation is a great way to do that. I do have a guided mindfulness meditation video I'll put in the description below, but the basic process is to find an anchor point, like your breath, and just keep drawing your awareness back to your breath no matter what happens. So if you start to think of all the terrible things that are going on in your life, or how these things could become terrible things, then you acknowledge those things, you don't deny their existence, and you tune back into your breath. I recommend working up to 12 minutes a day doing this. Studies have shown that that's the minimal effective dose for mindfulness meditation to have positive benefits. Now, that's not to say you couldn't have benefits at lower thresholds, but that seems to be what the literature says right now. I also think it's important as a creative individual for you to connect with other people. And if you are an introvert, which several creatives are, then it's still important to find connections with others in ways that you feel connected. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to go out in a big group. It could mean just being with one or two people and being totally present with them. That will allow you to direct some of your creative energies into a positive outlet. Just yesterday, I was watching this phenomenal video on life lessons from 100-year-olds, and that was one of the biggest things that kept coming up as a theme, that they were able to get to where they were. They were able to be happy because of the memories they had with people. And the comment section of that video was really fun to read too, because it just reinforced how we get so caught up in things like how people like our status, or people like this post, or something that we commented on, or TV shows, or whatever outlets we might have. Those things aren't nearly as important as the relationships that we have with others. And I say this partially to remind myself too, that this is an important thing. And as a creative individual, it's going to help me more to connect with other people. I also think as a creative individual, it's very easy to get into an introspective mode where we're always critiquing and judging things and then making judgments from those judgments and so on and so forth. So I think as a creative person, one of the most helpful things for me has been exercise, and particularly cardio exercise at 55 to 85% of your target heart rate maximum, which you can see more up in the card now on your screen. And finding a mind-body technique, something like yoga where you're combining the breath with mindfulness and awareness of your body. The difference there, though, is not getting into a state of rumination where we're just constantly judging the way our body feels. We're just observing these depressive thoughts and viewing them like they're a leaf on a river floating by, or watching your life play out on a movie screen. Lastly, as a creative, I think it's important to find a way to put your creative energy out in the world, and particularly if you can use this to connect with others, more power to you, and it will help you to stay out of the depression. Of course, if your depression is severe or you have any suicidal thoughts, I highly encourage you to immediately seek treatment, because it's helped me a lot, guys. I'm so thankful for the treatment and the skills that I have gone through in order for me to come out stronger on the other side. This has been another episode of Mental Health Mondays. If you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell so you never miss another video. I look forward to seeing you next Monday.